From the very beginning, the government has been trying to suppress people that are speaking the truth. To bring anything good, and they can even kill you.
Nigeria's civic space is shrinking. The federal government keeps looking for ways to silence Nigerians. When Nigerians speak the truth, the government uses various means to silence them.
I think that is what they are trying to do through their how will I call it? Some certain decisions that they are taking. You were here where they banned what they call the Twitter for some months. So I think from all angles, they are trying to silence Nigerians from speaking the truth.
I would say yes, because due to the things we see around us now, due to how the leaders are leading, you discover that so many things are being buried. So I think the leaders are trying to hide us from the truth.
But we Nigerians, we believe that the fundamental human rights should be observed. The rule of law should be observed. One of the principles of the rule of law is equality. People should be given the freedom to express themselves. People should be given the freedom to interact.
There is some evidence to back this up. During the NSAS protest in 2020, Nigerian youths came out in their numbers to protest against police brutality while calling for the disbandment of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, a notorious unit of the Nigeria police. The protest was peaceful until thugs hijacked it and began to attack protesters. Following the violent escalations, which included attacks by agitators against both protesters and police, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State declared a statewide 24-hour curfew on October 20th, 2020. Despite the curfew, some protesters still stormed the Lekki toll gate to continue fighting for their rights. A few hours later, it was reported that armed men of the Nigerian army arrived at the scene of the protest and opened fire on peaceful and unarmed protesters, thereby resulting in a disputed number of deaths. The army denies it carried out any shooting there. That wasn't the end. On June 5th, 2021, the federal government officially banned Twitter from operating in the country. Twitter, a platform where Nigerians do business, freely speak their minds and criticize the government, was, according to the federal government, said to be carrying out suspicious activities in the country. The ban, however, occurred after Twitter deleted tweets made by President Muhammadu Buhari and temporarily suspended his account for warning the southeastern people of Nigeria of a potential repeat of the 1967 Biafran civil war due to the ongoing insurgency in southeast Nigeria. The Nigerian government claimed that the deletion of the president's tweet factored into their decision, but it was ultimately based on a litany of problems with the social media platform in Nigeria, where misinformation and fake news spread through it have had real-world violent consequences. Twitter ban was lifted on January 13, 2022. Meanwhile, the current government has always had concerns over the use of Twitter in the country, as the NSAS protest originally began on Twitter in 2017 before it got amplified in 2020 when it had 48 million tweets in 10 days. Also, the federal government has floated the idea of social media regulation on different occasions prior to banning Twitter. Attempts to pass an anti-social media bill in the past have failed majorly due to massive outcry on Twitter. Now that's not the end. On July 12, 2021, the front banners of major newspapers in Nigeria bore a picture of an individual with a sealed mouth. The caption that ran with the picture read, "Information blackout. It's about society's right to know, your right to be heard." The message was a joint release from the Nigeria Union of Journalists, Nigerian Guild of Actors, and Newspaper Proprietors Association of Nigeria. This was a pushback by media organizations in the country against the Buhari government's attempt to regulate social media and censor the press through controversial media bills at the National Assembly. The controversial bills are the Nigerian Broadcasting Commission and the Nigerian Press Council Act amendment bills, which sought lawmakers' cooperation to include all online media among the media organizations the government seeks to be able to censor. However, existing censorship on broadcast stations persists, and there have been alleged instances where some stations have been ordered to stop the broadcast of programs the government feels uncomfortable with. Also, heavy fines are imposed at will when there is an alleged breach. The bill also gives the president the right to appoint the chairman of the board of the Nigerian Press Council. It also empowers the president to appoint all other members of the board upon the recommendation of the information minister. All of these go against the spirit of the Constitution, which guarantees free speech and freedom of association. The most recent was on April 5th, 2022, when the news of the sack of the chief imam of the Apo Legislative Quarters Mosque, Abuja, Sheikh Nuruddin Khalid, broke into the media space. He was relieved of his duty for allegedly delivering an inciting sermon, which, according to the mosque committee, deemed the sermon by Sheikh Khalid as inciting public outrage.
At a time when Nigeria is facing a very serious challenge, everything is not working well. People are dying. Our roads are not secured. Most of the parts of the country is not secured. And the government is always telling us what we don't understand, that they are doing their best. And we deserve more than that, their best. That is what I always say. Yes, you said you are doing your best, but we as citizens are saying that we deserve more than that, your best, because we want a secured Nigeria.
But this isn't the first time Sheikh Khalid is speaking up about the current issues happening in the country.
What you are now telling us that your concern is all about 2023 election. And what I'm advising the citizens to do is to send a message that yes, we are going to vote in 2023, but under condition that there must be security in Nigeria. Period to that, we are not going out to vote anything. If that's the only language you understand, we're going to speak it. Because our lives are important. We are people. We want to live. And our dignity is important as well. Our wealth is important. Every part and bit of us is important. Therefore, you must do something to scare our life and to make our security workable. We can't afford to be moving like this. People bombing our trains, killing our people, kidnapping our people as if there is no government in the country. They can gather information, they can gather intelligence information, they can dispatch information, they can dispatch intelligence information as if they are government of their own. While our government cannot share intelligence information and stop the rubbish on our ways, we can't afford it. I said it, we can't afford it. We need something better than this. And we deserve that thing better than this. We're going to pray. But we have to tell you the truth. That corruption is everywhere. That is why we are seeing this. And you have to do something about it. And you, the citizens, have to start praying seriously.
Pastor Enoch Adeboye, during his Sunday sermon on April 3rd, 2022, also spoke about the current situation in the country, while adding that he does not think the 2023 elections would hold.
You can't go to Kaduna by road. You can't go to Kaduna by air. You can't go to Kaduna by train. Question number one, why Kaduna? Question number two, who is trying to isolate Kaduna? Question number three, why? Question number four, after Kaduna, which next? More than 80% of all the oil we are producing is being stolen, and nobody has denied it.
In the final analysis, the few men and women who dare to speak against the government's failure to provide security or fix the economy are only speaking the minds of millions who have been cowed into silence by an increasingly repressive administration. The bugging question is, how long will Nigerians suffer in silence?